And after a few words from people, and if I go more than 3 minutes, somebody go like this.
I got it.
Okay, good. And we'll break you down into one senior citizen, one senior student, and the questions you go back and forth. And after a while, we'll have another breakout section, and you'll switch. Change partners and dance, as they say. I'm sure some of you are saying, we know why we're here, but what is this HV Underground Railroad Foundation, the sponsor? Okay, about 175 years ago, his great-great-grandfather, whose name was
William.
and my great-great-grandfather, whose name was Josiah, worked together at a spice and coffee mill in Paterson, New Jersey, which is now the site of Passaic County Community College. And they were very fine, upstanding citizens in the daytime. My great-great-grandfather was actually what they called then a freeholder. Now they call it a county commissioner. So he put up his hand and said, I will support the Constitution of the United States, the laws of the state of New Jersey. You know. But at night, it was a little more clandestine. In 1850, the Congress had passed the Fugitive Slave Act. So if slaves were escaping from the South, which they thought was the safety of the North, they could be caught and shipped back. So you had bounty hunters, you had federal agents. It was not a happy time because they had to escape. They had to get to Canada. So William and Josiah operated a station on the Underground Railroad, which is different from I saw the picture in the hallway of the railroad that used to go through the center of Passaic, between Lexington and Main Avenues, tie up traffic. Underground meant it was happening, but you didn't know it. You couldn't see it. You could see the trains on Main Avenue, but you could not see these. They would send a truck out at night taking coffee to New Brunswick. It would come back with 5 or 6 people in the back of the truck. This is a horse truck, this is not before. And this went on from 1850 or so until 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation, and that took a while to take effect. As you know, Juneteenth, I think, is 1865, so it took over 2 years. But that's what put this station of the Underground Railroad out of business. We're very happy that it was put out of business. But since then, we have saved the site. You can visit it. And we are into the history and education. And this is part of our educational program. And that's who we are. And I will pass it off to Ron to do the welcomes.
All right.
Thank you, Eric, for that bit of history. Very enlightening. I'd like to first acknowledge some of our board members. My cousin Dolores Van Rensalier unfortunately can't be with us today. She's in California. But I'll read a little statement from her. We are thrilled to host this event and provide a platform for our youth to learn from the wisdom and experiences our senior citizens have already overcome. By connecting these two generations, we hope to inspire a greater sense and better focus on overcoming immediate difficulties for the goal of our students' future successes. A success they can pass on to their future youth. That's from my cousin Dolores. Also like to acknowledge some of our board members who are with us today. Dr. Stephen Rose. And Eric, of course, Lenander just spoke. LaTanya West, my cousin, she cannot be with us. She's also in California. And we have some associate members here. Dr. Sandra Montañez Diodanet. And take this, I didn't miss any. Well, Danny, thank you for pointing out Mr. Rodriguez,
Yeah.
former president of the Board of Ed, And I'm going to call him up right now, so that's perfect time. To say a few words on behalf of the Board of Education. Come forward, please. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing out there today? Good. Oh man, we gotta get some excitement. This is an exciting day. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's me being part of the educational system. That's what teachers do. Trying to get everyone excited. But on behalf of the Board of Education, I was asked here by Mr. Van Rensalier, as well as our representing the Board of Education. Our president, Judith Sanchez, could not make it, so she asked me to represent the board. So I would like to first start by acknowledging our board members. We'll start off, Mr. Rensalier is actually a board member with us, a school board member, as well as Commissioner Craig Miller, Vice President Mary Ann Capersi, Commissioner Ali Bajaras Garcia, Commissioner Leslie Zuniga, Commissioner Christina Schratz Robinson, Commissioner Arthur Soto. I think that's it. All right. So this is such a great event, and I'll just use a couple of words after 3 minutes. So I'll cut it down before. There is a story that I would like to share with everyone that someone told me once. So it's a story about a man who fell into a ditch, into a hole, really deep. So the first person that came by tried to help by extending their hand, but they couldn't reach him. So after a while of trying, they moved forward. The second person comes along, and this time sends a rope down to try to get it. But the rope wasn't long enough. So after a while of trying back and forth, they couldn't get it. The third man comes around, and he jumps in the hole. And he goes, and the other guy goes, "What are you doing? I've been here. They've been trying to help me, and I can't get out." So the gentleman turns to the other gentleman and says, "I've been here before, and I know how to get out." And that story tells me, as we say today, standing on the shoulders. Our seniors, those that have been there before, understand what it takes. And as young people, we have to understand, right? I'm going to say us too. But I'm trying to slip that in there. But we understand that those that came before us understand what needs to be done to get moved forward and to be successful in life. And as young people, we need to hear the wisdom. And sometimes I have my mother always told me, she sat there and said, you know, she would tell me things successful and how to do things, and I would ignore her, right? And I would say, Mom doesn't know any better. I know everything. Everything there is to know about everything, I know. It wasn't later on to life that I realized. But my mom instilled in that, and later on in life I remembered. So listen to our seniors. Listen to those that have been here before us. And trust me, you may not understand now, but later on in life you will. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the invite. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much. You want another minute? That was good.
How about you want to do politics one more time?
So I'm very excited about this event and excited for the seniors, both the seniors here with us this morning and our students.
Yeah.
Right? Let's give a round of applause for our seniors. There's a lot of wisdom in this room.
Yes.
Absolutely a lot of wisdom in this room. I know that because my own mother used to come to this room, and she schooled me, right, on a daily basis. And she brought, I got a lot of wisdom from her. So, you know, I understand that, you know, it's so important to keep the conversation going, right, between our youth and our elderly, our golden seasoned, whatever it is today. But I'm excited about having the students have a conversation with our seniors today. So what we're going to do today is have students paired with a senior citizen, and they're going to have a conversation. The students have questions, and they're going to interview the seniors, and hopefully gain some of that wisdom that you pass down through generations that come after you, right? That's standing on your shoulders, right? So Eric will, take us to the next step. Excited about this, and parents, students should be very excited because after they interview their students, their seniors, they're going to be charged with writing an essay about their experience, right? And then our board will receive all the essays, and then what we'll do is we'll grade the essays. And there's going to be first, second, and third prize. So the first prize student will receive a scholarship of $2,500.
All right.
And the second place student will receive a prize of $1,500. And then there's a third prize of $1,000. So, seniors, please, take this seriously. It's a lot of money. You can use it at your leisure for books, transportation, food, fixing up your dorm, whatever. We don't want to put restrictions on that money, right? Because too many scholarships have too many restrictions. So we want to free you up in that regard, in that respect. So one other thing. If you print and don't write cursive, you're out. No, I'm just we got to bring back cursive.
Yeah.
All right. So, Eric, yes.
Is it okay if the students choose to record it? Because then they'll be able to refer to the conversation later.
Yes, we have a videographer.
No, I mean like with their phones.
With their phones, yes.
Is that okay? Okay.
Absolutely. And sure, certainly, that's one of the main things we wanted to do is be able to record the interviews. So we brought in a videographer. We also had the City Hall photographer.
Yeah.
Big round of applause for the nation. So we're going to get started. We're going to get into our breakout session where students will be paired with their senior. And then we'll have one session followed by a second session. So we're going to start with, I think, 6 students each or 12? 12. I'll leave it up to you. Okay, so Eric will, come on, Eric. You're up.
I'm counting the house.
Okay. All right. And, okay, Neil, take it from here. Thank you, Eric.
Eric, I have the list, okay, of those that want to participate today.
Okay, how many are on your list?
You wanted 12.
You got 12?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We'll pick the student then.
Yeah. You can pick the students. I'm gonna pull the senior around. Okay. Good.
When when your name is picked, please come up here, and then you'll meet your student, and then you'll go off to your.
Right. They're gonna stay right in here.
Yes, stay within this room.
Yeah, they can pick a student. I have one out. So, Miss Alice Bell, you in the house?
No.
No? Okay. Miss Barbara Kaysen, come on up. I know y'all.
Assign the student, please.
Have any preference? Male, female, tall, short? No.
You
Smart,
just come
almost
pick.
smart?
You can come pick.
All right, you come and pick. We have two tables here. I feel sorry for the last person picked. This is not literally.
Where are you going?
Okay, you can just
Okay.
you can go to any table.
Go to any table.
Any
And,
table.
okay.
Okay. Okay, good. The next one would be Deborah Jackson. Come on up. Come on, just pick a student and then you can go right back to your table, okay? Uh-huh.
So you're gonna love her.
The next is Elizabeth Clinton. Come on down. Yep, just pick any student and take it back to your table or take it to another table. All right, good. Gary Johnson, come on down.
Don't stop clapping. Come on.
Slick curly, yes. Yeah. You pick.
They're running.
Good. All right, good. Good. Miss Helen Mary, come on down. Miss Helen, select the student, take them back to the table, the table you're at, and begin the interview process. You guys are going to have a great time. From here on that table, the first and the second table. Okay, beautiful. Miss Louise Hansford, come on down. Yes, that's fine. Is Lynette in here?
Lynette left.
Okay, she left. Miss May Dye? Come on. Are you participating today? Oh, I thought you did. Go ahead. All right. Okay, what you want?
Okay, so my name is Nashley. We call me Nash. What's your name?
My name is Louise Hansford.
If you are married, what how did you meet your spouse, and what was your favorite
I
thing?
met my spouse when I was a teenager. We all hung out in the projects. A matter of fact, I'm from Passaic, he's from Patterson, and with a whole lot of new boys and girls, that's how we got together. And I married the same boy I met as a teenager.
So sweet. If what life lessons or words of wisdom do you have?
For you,
Mhm.
I would say, being a young person, be kind, be honest, and always be respectful of human beings and animals.
I respect that. Yeah. If you have any children, what are your greatest joys about them?
Well, I have two children, a boy and a girl. I have three. My son has two girls and one boy. My daughter has all boys. And I guess just having them alive, being young, I never wanted kids, but now that I have them, they're mine. And I deal with them every day. And as long as they don't beg me for no money, I'm happy.
Okay, so Teresa, what would be a life lesson or words of wisdoms? What would be a life lesson or words of wisdom that you would like me to understand?
Anything that you want, anything that you want to accomplish, don't let nobody stop you from doing what you're supposed to do. Education is good.
Yeah.
Go to college, get your degree, be strong,
Yes.
don't let nobody use you,
Yeah.
It was kind of hard for me growing up as a person with me because I had three children, two
Okay.
boys. Well, my two boys living, but my daughter passed away. So she was 16. She had a hole in her heart, and that was very, very, very devastating.
Yeah.
But I give you, education was good. always, education is very, very good. Just don't let nobody stop you from doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. What challenges or hardships did you face growing up, and how did you overcome them?
Well, when I was coming up, if I misbehaved, my parents spanked my behind. They can't do that now. So you see what kind of children we have coming up now. We having gangsters, we having drug addicts, we having murders, we having everything with our kids. Not the adults as much as but the kids are doing this because the parents can't chastise them. So I don't see where that benefited humanity.
How did you overcome that?
I didn't. I just stayed out of trouble. Because my mother, no matter what they said, she felt like she raised me, she brought me into the world, and she wanted me to become a well-rounded adult. And if I misbehaved, she spanked my behind, and I better not tell no cop that my mother spanked me because she's going to spank me again. So she continued to chastise me accordingly. I put it that way, you know. So.
What challenges or hardships did you face growing up? What challenges or hardships did you face growing up, and how'd you overcome them?
Oh, not getting nice things like my sister got, number one. And my parents didn't treat me the way they treated my sister. So I didn't get all the nice. She went to college, I didn't. But I was here in Passaic. But I volunteered at a school number 7. I was there, principal of PTA for 7 years. Then his hobby trained me, and she had kept encouraging me to go to college. So I went to Keene College. Yeah. And then I taught preschool for 25 years here in Passaic, which I love doing. And what else did I do? Always volunteering for something and always being honored for something too here in Passaic.
So you enjoyed it?
I enjoy doing it. And I enjoy my seniors. I love it. Yes. Okay.
How did your education shape your future goals?
Well, I'm 89, and I'm still walking around with children and my seniors. I love my seniors. What else?
If you have children, what are your greatest joys from those moments that you were with them?
What?
With your children, what were your greatest moments?
Oh, I was feeling good. I used to knit a lot. So on my street I live, everybody who had a baby got a new blanket or something, And I just love being around children.
Very crafty.
Yeah.
What life lesson or word of wisdom would you share with younger generations?
I would tell them to follow their dreams, be a leader, Just follow your dreams and be a leader, It's a big challenge out there, but you could do it if you just care about yourself, So, yes, always put yourself first. So,
Who or what has been the most significant source of inspiration in your life?
Who been the what?
The most significant.
In my life?
Yeah.
My mother.
And why is that?
Huh? My mother, she was always there for me. Anything I go through, I go to my mother, and she smooths everything out. So I really miss my mother. She's been gone for like 21 years now. But it's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. But my mother, she was the most that I listened. She was the one that I listened to the most.
So going back to Bob Jones, why do you think that he was such an influential person in your life?
Bobby Jones was one of the best police officers in the city of Passaic. He leaded a lot of young kids who's out there. He brought them in to teach them to go the right way and to become somebody.
If you had to experience one of your early childhood experiences again, which one would you choose to and why?
Well, I wish I can start all over again. That's number one. But living here in the city of Passaic, I love everything about Passaic. Growing up in Passaic, the people, the diversity in Passaic, everything was great. And if I had to do it again, I'd come back to Passaic.
So how was your education?
How was my education?
Yes.
It was fine.
How did you get into the healthcare?
How did I get into the healthcare?
Yeah.
Well, I love people. I was brought up in the church, and like in healthcare, I love one-on-one, so I can make sure that I'm taking care of my patients 100%.
How did the church help you with that love for people?
How did the church? Well,
How did it contribute to your love for people?
how did they contribute? Oh, well, we have in the church, we have Sunday school, we have Bible study, and that teaches you how to love people. Like God tells us, love your neighbor as yourself, and that means love everybody. Love your neighbor as yourself. You love everybody. And when you love people, you're going to treat them like you would like for them to treat you or your mother or father.
I really like that.
Me too, sweetheart.
I love that level of respect for other people.
Yes. And you're helping someone. And that's what God tells us, see? Because, see, God is about love. So he's about love. That's why he gave his only son. We don't know anyone else would give their child to save the world. But God did. He gave his only son. They crucified him, hung him on the cross, stretched him wide, and he died. And never said a mumbling word. Mama, I know, honey, God is good.
Amen.
Yes.
So other than your love for people, how else did the healthcare field affect you in a way?
How was it affected?
Yeah.
Well, it was very effective. When I went to school for nurses technician, and I went to school through patient care. Patient care is the first agency was in the state of New Jersey. And I went to school because I love people and I want to make sure that I can help someone one-on-one. And you know you're making somebody happy. I have made so many people comfortable. The last 15 years before I retired in healthcare, the last 15 years, I worked 15 years in hospice care. And I made many people happy before they lost their last breath, honey. And that make you feel good. Because that's what God wants us to do, honey. Yes.
What was your saddest experience in healthcare?
What
was the saddest experience?
Oh, the saddest. Well, you know, this is why, like I was telling you, we have to stay prayed up. When you're prayed up and you are a Christian, God give you the strength and the knowledge to realize this is not our home down here. This is our preparing place for our heavenly home. See?
For the better place later.
Better place, that's right. So we can have peace forever, honey. And that's going to be a time. See? That's why God tells us, love your neighbor as yourself. When you love people and everything.
I think it's also important to enjoy what we have now as well.
That's right.
And be grateful.
That's right. Be grateful and thank God and praise God for it. See what I'm saying? Because, see, we brought nothing in this world. I don't care how much we have. We take nothing out of this world. And see what makes it so good? You can't buy God and you can't tempt God. So that's why God tells us to love each other and help each other down here. That's why I'm a missionary. I came up a little bitty girl being a missionary. My mother used to work all day long, come home and get us and everything. And we used to go help the sick at night.
How about your sleep? When did you sleep?
Well, sometime, and everything. I have a family. I have a husband, and then in September we'll be married. 65 years, and I have three kids. Yes, 3 kids. But I used to be on my job because I love people. I used to be on my job, and always, wanted to make sure the patient was taken care of. They called me when I didn't finish my shift. Helen, Mrs. Barrett, will you go by Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so? And I would say, yes. Sometimes I didn't go home in days and nights. I just called my husband, and he would say, okay, because he know that's the way I were.
Did that strain your relationship with your husband at all?
No, that's why we had to pray, see, when you're a Christian, you realize that's when a person needs you when they're sick, honey. See, when a person can't help themselves, that's when they need someone with love and care. And that's where our blessing come from.
Love is very powerful.
Yes, God will bless you, sweetheart. Because, see, God got everything we need. He tell us he has a storehouse full of everything we need. That's why you don't have to take nothing from nobody and everything. None of the bad stuff you have to do. Just go to God in prayer.
What makes life worth living?
What makes life worth living?
I'm here to live it. I'm here to live it, see it, and enjoy it. That's what makes life worth living.
How do you stay so youthful and so gorgeous and so generous?
I take my walks. I try to eat the right foods. I try to do my exercises. And drink enough water.
How did you get over the fear of growing older?
How did I get over the fear of growing old? Life, you go through life. It takes its progress. You don't stay young forever. You don't stay young forever, so that's all right with me.
What are some of the fondest memories of your childhood?
Some of the fondest memories is that we, with the 4 siblings together, we all played very well. We were poor, had little of nothing, but we were happy because we didn't know that we were as poor as we was. So, material things was unimportant. The happiness being together and enjoying life.
And how did you get to Passaic or choose Passaic?
As I said, we found the building that the triplex building that service our needs. We were looking for a place for 3 separate families, and we found this building. So, though now I'm sorry because it's so congested, I'd love to move out of Passaic, and that's not nice to say, but.
And what life lessons or words of wisdom would you share with younger generations?
I'm sorry?
Okay. What life lessons or words of wisdom would you share with younger generations?
Study hard, strive for the stars, and be the best person that you can be.
I want to introduce someone who was not a senior, silver senior, and not a senior in high school, but in that sweet spot in between. Dr. Mayor Hector.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Good morning to all. I want to thank the Rensselaer not-for-profit organization for their commitment to youth, to scholarships. I know that we have Huntoon-Van Rensalier here, who is a commissioner of our Board of Education, also our Executive Director of Housing, former Executive Director of Community Development, and how many hats do you wear? Too many. And for those of you who may be familiar with social media, every now and then you get a delightful presentation or entertaining piano playing or music, but Ron is such a remarkable leader, and I want to thank Dr. Rose, obviously our director of our Passaic County Community College on the board, and all of the board members, the presence of our superintendent of schools, Sandra Diardonette Montañez, our Board of Education Commissioner, Danny Rodriguez. Did you do the acknowledgements already? Yeah. Anyone else with this? No. All right. As mayor, obviously, this program means so very much. Our seniors are so cherished and precious, our silver seniors. And I want to take this opportunity to give a round of applause for Ms. Francine Wise. Along with our county, in order to ensure that our seniors are receiving the very best services but not just that they receive services, that our seniors continue to be an integral part of the development of our city. We call our seniors here the Silver Seniors, and we have this wonderful logo of an owl because it represents the wisdom of our seniors, and that wisdom cannot be lost, but must be passed on to our youth. In fact, it's paramount for the success of our city that that connection remains. I know a couple of years back when we worked on our senior to senior program, connecting seniors from the high school to our senior citizens here through volunteer programs and different activities, it was our goal to ensure that that connection, that bridge, remains so that so much can be passed on and so much can be connected. So we want to thank all of the students that are here with us. We want to thank the schools, the educators. We want to thank, obviously, the organization. And as mayor, I couldn't be more proud of our remarkable group. I have an 11 o'clock meeting, so I'm running. Stop the program very quickly so I can say a quick hello. Did you acknowledge former Board of Education Commissioner Ms. Evelyn Robinson?
We did now.
All right. Hopefully everyone else was acknowledged. I'm so sorry to have to run out, but we have a series of back-to-back meetings. Thank you so very much.
Okay, for the first breakout section, we have about 5 minutes to go. Then we'll do a 5-minute break. And at that point, just so everybody knows what to do, you have to run down the hall, that's fine. But at 11:05, the 9 students come up here. And then we're going to ask the 9 silver seniors to stand, and the students get a chance to do the picking. They were the pickies the first time.
All right. Have you enjoyed the first session? Yes. Yes. There's a lot going on. There's a lot being said here in this beautiful, beautiful community center here. Now, it's the first session is over. All right. The first session is over. Now, I sure hope these essays are published. I would like to see a book of all of these essays. So now what we're going to have is we're going to have all of the students come up to the front. Okay, all of the students that did the interviews, please come up to the front.
Tiene mucho que contar. Yo no tengo nada.
Still here, all 9 of them.
All 9 of them. So Mr. Eric said that now the students are going to select the seniors. How you like that? So if you are interested, I want you to raise your hand, okay? And have the student will come and select the interested silver seniors, all right? Is that fair enough? This way they know where to go and who to select, okay? So at this time, please raise your hand if you are an interested silver senior. Anna, you understand? Okay. Blanca? Yay? See, there you go, okay. So just keep your hand raised. And see, Miss Barbara, you did it already. Okay. Evelyn, would you like to be interviewed? Come on, raise your hand. Come on. Arlene, raise your hand. All right. Anybody back there? Everybody good? Okay, so we're going to start with our first student right here going. Select a senior who has their hand up. Senior who has their hand up. Come on, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Hey, put your hands up. Come on, come on. There you go. Everybody can know it's select a senior. Okay. Keep your hands up if you can now. Come on, a lot of us go to Trump class, so we got that energy. Come on.
what do you think the meaning of life is?
The meaning of life?
Yeah.
Life, you have to get a good job in life. Be happy in life. You have to work. You said 2 questions, 2 lines?
I'll ask you one more. Do you have a message to the youth? Like, to like my generation, do you have like advice to give?
Leave a message for your generation?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough out here, but we have to work. Get your career, honey, the life. It's easy for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
How what do you do to like differentiate the good people and the bad people, and like who you should be with and who you shouldn't be with?
Me and myself, per se. Well, I guess you'll see how they act and how they carry themselves and how they move, you know. You can kind of tell. You get that sense sometime instantly, you know. No.
And how important do you think a good support group is to just people in any aspect of their lives?
Extremely important, because you need people and you need that circle to move around in, so you'll know it's very, very important.
So I went to Southern Pine High School, and that's where I graduated from, the high school in Southern Pines, North Carolina.
Did you enjoy the experience there?
Well, it was okay, but at that time I didn't know a lot of the students, because my parents lived there, but I was living with my grandparents down south in Laurinburg. That's where I was living. They wanted to finish out that year of school there before I came to Southern Pines.
How did your education shape your future goals?
I don't think, not too good, because I only finished 12th grade. I got to the 12th grade. But it was okay, but I wasn't the smartest kid in class. So it was okay, sometime okay and sometime not okay. It all depends on how you would look at it, you know.
Your mentality.
Yeah, about it, yeah.
If you have children, what has been the greatest joys and challenges of parenthood?
Say that again.
If you have children, what has been the greatest joys and challenges of parenthood?
I had 2. My youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, well, she's still living. She was good. She was very good in school. That was the thing. My kids had good education, but I didn't. They didn't get it from me, because I wasn't, down the days in the South, you wasn't educated that way. So my oldest daughter, she's no computer and all that. My youngest daughter, she graduated. She was a very smart young lady. She passed away at 13 because she was going to get ready to go. She had lupus. She was going to go to the Passaic High School, and she got sick. So I used to, I had a little old piece of car, be hot. So I used to take her bed. I would go pick her up. But she wanted to be with her friends. But in her sickness, it was hard for her to maneuver back and forth with her son. So I would go sometimes pick her up. And but she was a very smart young lady. She was passed away, and she was in the 9th. She was going to the 9th grade because they skipped her grade because she was very smart. Every education, very high education she had. But that's just it. She didn't make it to the 9th grade. She didn't make it. She passed away at that time. At the time it was Passaic General. Now it's St. Mary's. But she was a very smart kid, and I miss her. To today I miss her because she was very. If you skip a grade in school, that means you're doing something right. And she skipped a grade, so you couldn't cheat her. You at the store, you couldn't do anything because she could figure it right out. But she was a very smart young lady.
What are some of the fondest memories of your childhood?
Oh, the same ones, the fondest memories. Holidays, Christmas,
Thanksgiving where all the family got together. We would all, play music. There was a mint of food, and people, not just the family, people from on the block would come. We would go in each other's house. My grandmother would feed anybody. The community was more open at that time. Children, we all loved the children, and it was a good time at those times. There were really, at that time when I was coming up, there really wasn't a lot of challenges. I mean, my grandmother was a domestic worker, and so was my mother. But we always had more than enough food, so it was good when I was coming up.
And how did you get to Passaic? Oh, sorry. How did you get to Passaic or choose Passaic?
I was born in Passaic, so I didn't really choose it. I was born in Passaic, and I stayed here about 60 years until I moved to Lodi, New Jersey, which is only 12 minutes from here. So that's enough. And I definitely like it.
So, what life lessons or words of wisdom would you share with the younger generation?
What words of wisdom would I give the children today? Okay. Words of wisdom. Stay in school. Your education is prime. This is what I mean by education. A lot of people do know or some don't know. When you can't read by third grade, this is not a good thing, because there are prisons all being made all around the country. What are you going to do if you can't read or write and you're an adult? Get your education. That is the wisdom I would give. Learn how to read and write. Learn your math. If you don't, it'll come back to bite you later, right? And if you can, learn a second language.
¿Fue difícil ajustarte a usar la tecnología hoy en día?
No, realmente no fue fácil para mí.
¿Por qué?
Bueno, digamos lo que logré aprender, pues sí lo retuve un poquito, pero digo yo tal vez falta de práctica. Entonces si hubiera sido como practicando más, tal vez hubiera saber más de la tecnología.
Pero sabes hacer llamadas y cosas así, ¿verdad?
Sí, claro, dejar mensajes.
Honestamente, esa es la única parte que en realidad importa sobre la tecnología, es comunicarse con otras personas.
Sí. Digamos en mi trabajo también, porque en mi trabajo antes nos daban un mapa, entonces andábamos viendo las calles y todo, entonces ya digamos con la tecnología pues fue más fácil, nos escribían en mensajes la dirección, cómo llegar y todo. Entonces, sí, la tecnología ha ayudado mucho.
¿Cómo ha cambiado el mundo, crees tú, después de que la tecnología ha empezado a ser más como prevalente?
Bueno, ha cambiado en el aspecto que antes uno se escribía por cartas y ahora todo digital. Sí.
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que usted escribió una carta?
Bueno, yo creo que hace como unos 20 años atrás. Sí, pero me acuerdo de mi hijo porque yo lo dejé chiquito allá y sí me acuerdo de las cosas y guardaba las cartas.
¿Las tiene todavía?
No, ya no. Porque desde que él murió ya no quise estar con esos recuerdos. Sí. Pero sí, bueno, sí es bonito la tecnología. Muchas cosas. Digamos, a veces uno quiere saber algo de así como ahorita que me dijo mi amiga que había visto de la enfermedad y todo, las cosas delicadas y todo, pues bueno.
Es bueno tener esa información, pero alguna vez se puede ser como demasiado. Especialmente como si eres como de mi edad y usas como la tecnología mucho, hasta en clases usamos la tecnología como la computadora, el teléfono, y siempre te están como mandando mensajes de algo que está pasando.
No, sí, también en la ortografía, a veces la tecnología lo corrige a uno.
Sí.
Cuando tal vez ha escrito algo mal y todo, sí, diferente.
Es diferente, pero se ha ayudado mucho.
Sí, ha ayudado mucho, sí.
¿Y a ti te gustó? ¿Tú todavía trabajas con los ancianos o no?
No, ya no.
¿Por qué no?
No, porque ya digo yo, no, ya mi edad, a veces pierdo el balance. Y yo vine aquí para socializar con las personas y todo y tener una vida más, sí, más tranquila ya.
¿Cómo son las personas de aquí? ¿Son diferentes?
No, cada quien tiene su cultura, pero no, uno socializa con todo.
Sí, sin conseguir trabajo, sin poder mantenerme yo misma, hasta que al fin pude hacerlo y poder salir adelante, ¿no? Y traerlas a las dos menores sobre todo. Las dos han estudiado acá, la menor tiene la universidad ya, ¿no? Está muy bien. Pero Diana, la que te estaba comentando, ella siempre se quedó con la idea de que no podía, no sabía. Entonces ahí fue que ella me dijo, un día conversando, le digo, Diana, ¿por qué no estudias acá? Entonces ella me dijo, mamá, tú sabes que yo no soy buena para el estudio. ¿Y por qué dices eso? Y ahí fue donde me dijo, tú sabes, tú siempre me lo dijiste. Y yo sé que es así. Ahí fue cuando yo me di cuenta del gran error que yo había cometido, ¿no? Con ella únicamente. Fue, como te vuelvo a repetir, el tener los dos al año, entonces no pude dedicarme tanto a ella como a los otros. Trabajé bastante para que ella se dé cuenta de que el error había sido mío, no el de ella. Y sí, gracias a Dios ella pudo entender. Comenzó a estudiar el inglés, comenzó a estudiar aquí en New Jersey porque estábamos aquí en Passaic, para ser auxiliar de profesora, pero en instituciones, no en la universidad, ¿no? Y sí, salía muy bien, las amigas la buscaban más bien, ya comenzó ella a entender de que sí, ella podía hacerlo. Ya se había casado después, continuó estudiando, pero se fueron a Florida. Pero bueno, eso es con respecto a mis hijos. Con respecto a mí, de mi vida, ya estando acá, poco a poco he podido salir adelante. He trabajado por 20 años en una compañía. Empecé a trabajar a la factoría, pasé al warehouse, aprendí un poquito de inglés, conversándolo con otras personas, escuchándolo. Entonces los dueños, unas bellas personas, y veían de que trataba yo siempre de aprender algo más, ¿no? Entonces ellos me ofrecieron trabajar en la oficina. Yo en mi época nunca se estudió computación, entonces yo les dije, yo no sé nada de computación y todo. La primera vez me dijeron, bueno, está bien. Y la segunda vez igual. La tercera vez yo acepté y les dije, si me enseñan, sí. Entonces ya los 2 años después de que me estaban pidiendo que trabajara en oficina, y empecé a trabajar en oficina. Por eso que aprendí un poco más de inglés, tenía que tratar, ¿no?, con personas de habla inglesa y salí adelante. Mis hijos también, ¿no? O el mayor vino acá también, Las dos mujeres yo las había traído, el mayor vino él. Se casó con una española, se fueron a España, luego a Inglaterra cuando España estuvo mal. Y ya, ahora tienen 2 niños. Ahora el 19 viene mi nieta mayor porque ella nació acá. Ella dice, voy a conocer mi país. Así.
So, what would you say would be the best thing about motherhood?
God, I feel like God just opened up my heart with each birth of every child, just like opened, and with grandchildren and great grandchildren. And I think it also increased my level of responsibility. I knew I was responsible for their everything. Yeah, their life. Everything, clothes. My husband and I had to make sure that they had a roof over their head. That it was, as I use the word sanctuary, our home had to be a sanctuary from the outside world. I wanted my children to grow up, but then I didn't want to because I didn't want them out in the world. I didn't want them, I felt so, without, but I didn't want to hinder them. I didn't want to hold them back. I wanted them to explore. But I love them so much. I didn't want no one else. But it's a responsibility. And my children are all older now. My youngest will be 50 in August. I'm still in their life. I'm still worried. I still, but I feel that my husband and I, we laid a good foundation for them. And I think that's where, with God's help, of course, I'm involved with my church. And with my mom, I still hear my mother. She's been gone since 93. But I still listen to what she said. I told you before, déjalo lo mano de Dios. Leave in God's hands and pray. And just, if you leave things in God's hands and you trust and believe, I believe that will help you and help you be a good mom. And not just a mom to the children you birth or that you're around, but the community, children, to look out for the kids, look out for them. If I could I walk down the street and say, hey, Miss Ev, hi, Miss Ev. They might be doing something, and they'll turn around and go, hi, Miss Ev. I go like, hi, honey. And I believe in speaking to young people, even if I don't know them. Because if they do something, say, well, you shouldn't do that. I know. But if you automatically are mean to young people, you need to get off of this. Yeah, ¿qué tú estás haciendo? What? That's not community work. That's not community. That's not being a mom. That's not being a woman of love. Yes, yeah. Like you said, the ones that they may not be your blood brothers, but they're your brothers. Kin ain't always skin. But yeah. So that's I thank God for blessing me to allow me to be a mom. That's God bless me.
Not being able to become a mom.
Really?
Yes.
But you'll be a mom. You say you love children so much.
I do.
They'll be yours.
But the scary part is finding the right
finding the right dad.
Because you don't want to have a kid with this person and that person.
No,
just doing that.
No, you don't want that. You don't want that. Like I said, Miff said, your self-worth, you know who you are, and just stay there. Set your standards and say, not settling for that. And like I said, red flags pop up early when it comes to relationships. We can't ignore them. God gives us that sixth sense. I really believe that.
I really believe that.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I be knowing.
See, Erica, Evelyn, EEs. We're E.
Wait,
we're the
are you a
E's.
Capricorn?
But I'm a Virgo. My husband was a Capricorn.
I'm a Capricorn.
September 6th.
I'm January 17th.
His was January 12th.
My mom is January 12th.
Oh, we're sorry. Mutual. I'm sorry. But I think that, like I said, you have to, as a Virgo, still waters run deep, and that is with me. I'll hold in things. I get hurt very easily. But I try not to, I don't want to to grudge up anybody.
Yeah.
But I'll leave you. My mother-in-law used to say, treat them with a long-handled spoon. Hi, how you doing? And then keep it moving. You don't want nobody hurting your heart, and you have to trust your instincts.
If you had to do it all over again growing up, what would it be? Like, if you had to grow up again, what would you change?
Nothing really. Like I said, my life is perfect, as can be. I came from a good family. My mom's had 8 kids, 4 boys and 4 girls. Both of my parents worked. So we made it, you know, like it was a struggle, but you know, she took care of us and we made it. You know, like we all got good jobs, we all have our own places to live, and we're no burden to anybody. You know, we just live life and we're good, we're happy. You know.
Who would you say was your mentor, and why?
My mother, because she taught us to do right from wrong, and you know, we need to survive in life, and then no one's giving you anything. You need to work. You know, there's a goal out there, and you need to get your own things. Everybody should have their own. You know, no one should question you how you got this or how you got that. You should be able to go out and get a job, your education, and because it's out there. You know, and you need to go get your own. You know, that's what life is about. Life is a struggle, and you just make it. You know, you make things happen for yourself.